Hey, it's Matthew, and I was just thinking here about some of my clients that I'm working with right now, and I just want to say this. Your parents aren't wrong. You're wrong. Now, I say that facetiously, but so many of the people that I work with spend their entire life with these stories about, well, my mom was this and my dad was that, and that's why I'm this way, and I can't be, and it's time for you to just grow up. It's time for you to give that crap up and just know that you don't know what was going on in your parents' life when you were a little kid. You just don't know. And you don't know what their world was like. You don't know how they were raised. You don't understand the context of the time in which you were born. Your parents were making decisions based on all of the influences that were around. And, truth be told, you had absolutely zero perspective to understand anything that they were doing. And I'd be willing to bet that you've never asked, that you've only accused, that you've only made, internal statements like, well, my dad is like this and my mom is like that, and. And I request that this week you give that stuff up and that you do the 5-step process that I talk about, where you really look at it through their eyes, and you once and for all, you forgive them, and you just let this stuff go. If you read some of the posts on my blog, go to my blog, matthewferry.com/blog, and just type in forgiveness, and you'll see that I've written extensively about a very simple 5-step process that I believe will help you to let this stuff go. Think about it like this. Your parents, in the end, aren't accountable to your way of raising you. Your parents had to invent raising you out of thin air. You've been holding them accountable to agreements that they never made about how to raise children. How could they have made any agreements with you? You were the baby. You were the child. So they just did what they thought was best in the moment. And each and every one of us, it's so funny, I'm working with my clients, and every single thing that they're pissed off with their parents about is something that they do but won't admit it. But when we do enough investigation, we discover you do not like in your parents what you're unwilling to accept about yourself. So I request that you look at it with a more compassionate eye today. That you start thinking about putting yourself in your parents' shoes and seeing what it was like to raise you at the time that they were raising you, with the socio and economic situations that were going on, with their background, with their experience, what their parents were like, what the culture was like, all of that, because all of it influences, and who you are today is a function of your parents. And there's a lot of good stuff about you. So how about acknowledging them for how amazing you turned out? Try that one on.